hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the road trip. Yeah, it's just me for now, but hopefully we'll have some of my co-hosts and guests join, and we'll get it going. But if not, it's just me for a bit. We'll see who joins. It is I guess England is playing later today, so people are probably getting prepared for that. In about 2 hours, England will be playing. I've been away, as you know, for this has been about two shows, right? I think it's two shows. Or is it one show? I can't remember now. It's been a while. It's two. Like is it two? Yeah, is it two shows? I think so. I left on a Tuesday and I came back. Yeah, but I'm back. I'm back. So we'll see how this all plays out. Some people hopefully will join us, and we'll get going. So I guess I'll be talking to myself for a little bit here while I wait. What's going on? So what's happened since I left? Well, I guess I'll get it out of the way since nobody's here. But USA's out of the Copa America. They look like a poor team going in. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I have a guest. Maybe I have a co-host with me. And then before I start talking football, we can, because he'll bring a lot of nonsense to the show and extra. Oh, is he getting? He's getting his hair right. He's getting his eyes right. But anyways, welcome to the show. It is my man, Mr. Tom. How you doing, Mr.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Or
Oh, sorry. Good morning to you, isn't it? Sorry.
it's almost the end of the morning here. Almost the end of the morning.
Is it 11 a.m. or 10 a.m.?
10 a.m. 10 a.m. So
Okay. So, how was Guyana? Or the
Guyana
family
was
reunion?
it was great. It was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. You know, like it's a yeah, it was great. I was just trying to absorb it all in because it was all um, didn't know what to expect. You see pictures and stuff, but you don't know what it's going to look like until you get there and see it. And but I had a lot of fun. Met a lot of people. Basically, I met cousins upon cousins upon cousins. I have a lot of cousins in Guyana and around the world. So I met a lot in that sense. So it was a family reunion, so it did its job. And hopefully, we'll see what happens on the next one if because this one happened and I think a lot of people missed out, and now we'll see if we do it again. So yeah. So it was good. It's good. Got to see places where my mom lived, and there's a lot of history there. So I guess the cool thing was that there was cricket going on there as well. So it was pretty busy and stuff like that. So it'll be good. Looking forward to going back. We'll see how long that takes. Hopefully, it doesn't take the 50 years that it did the first time I went. Let's just say that, because I don't think I got another 50 years in me.
Especially not if you're spending Saturdays here. That'll take the life out of you.
True.
Some may say.
True. All right.
I
So
estimate my
yeah,
life.
just one second. I'm gonna have to move my dog downstairs. So I'm sorry. So just one second.
No, fine. So hello everyone. Welcome to the trip it's the road trip. Gary's gonna slap me on the wrist for that. And yeah, you are here with us for your Saturday afternoon or morning, depends on your time zone, nonsense. So that is what it is. I don't know who'll be joining us, whether we'll be getting Mr. Greenwood or whatever it is. I don't know why I said whatever, because I know I was about to say Spencer. And maybe Alonso Spencer, but I think he might be at work. So that's silly of me. But yeah, is what it is. So I'm just fumbling around with my emails where I'm sorting out my thumbnails for tonight's wrestling. So yeah, we have got wrestling tonight on the Full Nelson at, well, I believe it's midnight UK, and what do they call it? I believe it's 7 p.m. on the Eastern time zone, but I'll probably start it a little bit earlier because I think the show starts at the same time as we start. I didn't really look into that, but yeah, that is that. So yeah, it's what it is. when Gary gets back from his dog. Oh, Gary, I had a lit on. Did you happen to catch our show on Monday?
I did not, because I was in travel, I was seeing family for the last time, and getting prepared for the airport and all of that. So I did miss it. Usually I get to check in and stuff, but I did miss it. Haven't had a chance to go back and listen to it. So what I miss?
Oh no! Well, I found a list of someone basically went to the trouble of like aggregating all review scores for television shows, like
Okay.
using Internet Movie Database, things like that. And I
Hmm.
managed to find I've got to find it here in my recycling bin. But, cut a long story short, it was basically a list of TV ratings, and they ranked shows, and we were going through it
Okay.
for a bit of Monday. It was I don't say it was good. It was more interesting than good.
Hmm.
But yeah, I thought I'd dig it out of my recycling bin. This is how it looked on the thing, but obviously I went into detail so you could actually see it.
Okay. Oh man.
But
I can.
so I can put it back. I can put it on in a larger format.
Yeah. No, that's
For
pretty
you
cool,
again.
because I it's funny when you see the rankings and then you're like, I think I've seen a lot of those. So but yeah,
Yeah, that was
because I always feel like
basically.
when it comes down to, like, the Academy Awards in movies, I'm like, well, I ain't seen any of those. You know what I mean? Like they put up like 6 movies for the Academy Awards, and I'm like, I've heard of one of them sometimes.
Pretty
But
much. I
yeah.
found it. So I know there's sport and that, but I thought I'd just bring, because obviously we had it. I thought I'd get your view on it.
Okay.
So excuse me, I'm just doing the share screen thing.
All right. Cool.
Like that is it. There you go. Don't know whether it shows up.
All right.
Oh, sorry, you added in. Sorry. I can adjust it on the fly if you want to
Yeah.
see what's at the top.
Yeah. So, like, okay. So just going on that list there. Let's see. These are TV series. Is that right?
Yeah, it's TV, not film. But
Okay.
um,
They're not movies or anything, right? They're
it's a
just a
lot of
series.
recent stuff, to be fair, more than like your
True.
classic TV shows. But
True. Yeah, I mean, I think this one is about half, because Mr. Robot, I kind of watched the first couple of seasons, then it started to get a little weird on me. I've watched bits and pieces of Black Mirror. Can I say I've watched the entire season? I don't know about that, but I've watched many a show.
yeah,
I never heard of Heartstopper, Severance. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I haven't actually watched that. I know the meme with
yeah.
Danny DeVito. Watched The Boys, Seinfeld, Peep Show. Not sure about that. Did watch Last of Us, When
Peep
They
Show's
See Us.
English.
Okay, maybe no. Yeah, I didn't watch that. When They See Us, saw that. The Mandalorian, saw that. Lost, nope. Line of Duty, nope. Deadwood, nope. Mayor of Eastwood, nope. Hannibal, yeah. The Bear, not sure what that is.
That's on Disney Plus. I think it's FX in America.
Oh, okay, no, I
It's
didn't
about a
watch that.
restaurant. It's about a restaurant.
Oh, okay, no. Boardwalk Empire, nope. Atlanta, I think I watched the first season of that. Um, I watched bits and pieces of it as well. So I haven't watched Vikings even. I heard that was pretty cool. Twin Peaks, nope. The Shield, yeah, I've watched
The
some of
Shield's
that.
amazing.
Yeah, I
It's really
watched
good.
some of that. The Shield, and there was I think the Shield, if I recall, there was a show. I don't know if the Shield is that the Baltimore show? Because
No, no, that's higher up.
there was a series about not The Wire, but
Ah,
there was another Baltimore show with and
Life on the Street.
I don't know I don't know, that name doesn't sound familiar, but I can't remember what it was. But it was another cop show in Baltimore, but like long before these ones. These are older. These are more recent, right? The Shield and The Wire, but it was an older one. It was
Yeah, I
like
think that's
basically like New York, let me see, like Undercover, New York Undercover, and then it would be after that. But it was a Baltimore show, and I can't remember who one of the main actors was. I think it was the police chief from The Wire. I think he was in that. This is when he was younger, if I recall. I can't remember now. True Detective, haven't watched that one. The Hunting of Hill House. Nope. The Americans, yeah, I've watched that. And Justified, I've heard of it, haven't watched it. But yeah,
Oh,
who's joining us?
Homicide: Life on the Streets. But it's set
Yeah,
in Baltimore.
yeah, homicide. Yes, yes. There we go. It was called
Yeah.
like it went by Homicide. Russ joins us. Welcome, Russ. I don't know if Russ has been walking. I think it was Russ on the shows. So, you know, so you can only come on when I'm
Russ
not
was
around.
on last. No, Russ weren't on Monday. He was
Yeah.
on Saturday.
hmm
Um.
Oh, what? Oh, people, guess what? We've got a
Oh
guest
my
I
God,
haven't
we've
seen
got Steve.
a guest I have not seen in a very long time. I don't know. He just got out of the slammer, or you know, he's on a break. But welcome to the show. We've got our man Pat Tate.
All right, Mugs, how you doing?
We're doing
Hello,
good.
Pat.
I just got out, didn't I, from the fucking I got Essex. Fucking Essex tried to keep me in prison. They couldn't keep me in, could they?
Nobody can keep you in, man. Nobody.
Hello,
They
Mr.
No,
try.
there's no cell that can keep me. There's no cell that can keep me. I'll tell you that. I did see that. I did see that prison guard though. I gave her a little shag before I went.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pat Tate is back. Yeah.
How
Very
you Mugs doing?
Yeah. We are doing good. We were just going through some of the TV ratings that went on in the show, I think, when I was away. So, any of these your favorite shows,
Oh yeah.
Pat Tate? These are the bottom half of the list.
I like anything with a lot of blood and violence in it.
All right. So
Of course
the
you do,
boys,
yeah.
the boys fits you're into the boys then, right?
Do you mind if
Let's
I
have a look at
send
the top
Russ
of the
link?
list.
Yeah.
Go up to the top of the list.
Yeah.
I will do, Pat. Just bear with me. I'm gonna do it right now. There we
Peaky
go.
Blinders was good. Lots of violence in that.
Yeah. I assume you like The Sopranos.
Sopranos, yep. Love all that mafia stuff. The Wire was good. Yeah, lots of good series there. Breaking Bad was, of course, fucking excellent. I taught Walter White everything he knows.
I can 100% believe it.
Yeah. Now I watched the first season of Breaking Bad and haven't been able to continue it. I don't know if that's just me or not. But
Just
Game
you,
of
mate.
It
Thrones.
gets a lot better.
Game of Thrones. I watched.
the first season.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. I watched all the. I binged that one. Same thing with
I
The
couldn't watch
Sopranos.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Little dwarves and fairies and fucking dragons. I can't stand all that.
I enjoyed
I was impressed that they managed to train a real dragon.
There you go.
Yeah.
Two dragons at one point. So, yeah, The Wire.
The
I love The
sequel
Wire. I
series-
binged The Wire. I binged that thing. I would like it'd be like midnight. I'm like, damn it! I gotta watch one more
Yeah, The Wire was
episode.
excellent. Excellent.
On the bus. Watch it. Yeah.
I must admit, I'm not familiar with Fleabag. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah.
I've never watched it. It's English though. I do know that.
Okay, Fleabag. No. Fargo. I've heard of. Watched House. A lot of House. Of course, if you're of the older generation, you watched Friends because that was Thursday night showings over here in the States. Basically, anything big was on Thursday night. So Friends was Thursday night viewing.
First season of Narcos was great.
Hmm.
Mr. Robot was good.
Yeah, I watched Mr. Robot. I love that. I watched the first, definitely the first season of Succession. I like that. That was pretty good.
I'm currently watching that on and off, like every other week or that. I'll watch an episode of that. But yeah, like you say, it's one of the things you can tell it's well acted and you know what I mean. Just one of those. You know you're watching something that's good.
Yeah. No, this is a good list. Chernobyl have not. Is that on like one of the streaming services?
It Probably.
Yeah, it was HBO, so I'm not sure where they put it
Okay.
now, but
Okay, I did watch bits and pieces
Chernobyl
of
was very good.
Better Call Saul. I like the old guy in that one. Saul is I don't know if that's Saul or not, but
Well,
the old guy in
it's
it.
really, yeah, it's really good. Really good. Better Call Saul's really good.
Mhm. Oh, look who's joining us. Is he allowed to join when I'm here?
Is there
Or is
another
that like in his
victim?
contract?
It's one of your old friends, Pat.
All right, here we go. I don't know. He's not showing his face either for some reason, but Russ has joined us. Is he not? Where is he's probably out walking the dog? Is that how this works?
He's a dogging
No.
fanatic. I know that.
Peeing down with rain, man. I ain't going out.
You gotta take the dog out in the rain, dude.
No chance.
That's clean. That's clean living right there. You don't even have to like.
He
You know he's not gonna.
stinks.
You know he's not gonna bring anything in. You know.
He stinks. He's 15 years old. My dog is, and he stinks already. I'm not taking him out.
I got my dog's like that age as well, and you know what? We think he's blind, so.
Yeah,
yeah.
mine's. He's going a bit blind, going a bit deaf, but he's all right. How are we?
Stick him in a
all
wood
good?
chipper.
Yeah, we'll do eventually.
We're doing good. We're just going back on this these
Fertilizer
TV
garden.
rankings. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah,
I
that's
put
it.
this up on Monday, and me, Spencer, and Tony were discussing it. So I thought I'd give Gary a look at it, or Daytime Crew, because they were interested, had anything to say about it.
Yeah,
What's
Twilight
that?
Zone.
So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Looking at these TV shows that are ratings. So
They're ranked according.
it's weird because I
to-
think The Wire should be ranked a little bit higher than where it is. I don't know about this
I think
The
big
Wire
brothers
should be
and
number one.
Chernobyl.
Breaking
Oh.
Bad's not too bad, I guess.
Breaking Bad's
Chernobyl
great.
was actually very, very good.
Okay, I haven't watched
Yeah.
that, so maybe I have to give that one a try. But no, I think The Wire, like, because each season was a different thing. You see the show from different angles and get different perspective on all
Yeah.
the characters and stuff. So I like the fact that it wasn't like, well, we're just going to continue what we did last time. You know, you saw something different each time it seemed. So
Where is this? Where are these rankings from then? Just generally.
They're all different. They're all different sites and stuff that have.
Oh, so like
got their-
IMDb and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then they've aggregated it into an average, and then ranked it based on that.
Game of Thrones was great until the end. It sucked.
I think Game of Thrones is one of the shows where if you watched it for the 8 years or so that it was on, the ending doesn't make sense. But if you watch it back to back in the space of a month, it actually does make sense. But also people don't like it because they wanted a particular character to end up on top, and they didn't.
Yeah, well, they had to sort of do their own thing, didn't they? Once they surpassed George R.R. Martin's writing, they had to sort of make it up as they went along, type thing.
It's very similar to wrestling. If you didn't like the outcome of the main event, everyone says the show is shit. Therefore, they didn't get who they wanted on the Iron Throne, so it's shit.
I never bothered with Game of Thrones.
yeah.
They should have got
It is
Kevin
good,
Sullivan to write it.
They should have.
Now, do you guys like Peaky Blinders?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders is all right. Yeah.
Is it a top 10 in your eyes? Like,
I thought the ending was a bit pants, but apart from that, it was pretty good.
So what are we just going down it one at a time, or what are you doing?
we just kind of were jumping around, basically.
I figured it would make more sense to go from the lowest to the highest because the highest is the highest. But
Yeah,
we
do
seem
that.
to just be bouncing between them. But still,
It's an absolute crime that they didn't greenlight more of Mindhunter.
yep.
Mm.
Just say that was incredible. That's the sort of show though that the people that watched it enjoyed it, but I imagine not many people watched it.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys watch Fringe? Because I actually really love Fringe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I thought that was
Fringe is
pretty.
basically, it's like the successor to the X-Files. Not
Yeah.
literally, but
Yeah.
very similar in tone.
No, I liked Fringe. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
And I don't know if you guys watched Expanse, but I liked Expanse as well.
No, I never really caught that.
So that's another one.
But,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Never
Succession
seen
was
Mr.
good.
Robot.
I like Succession.
Yeah.
Brian
Yeah,
Cox in
I-
Succession is worth watching.
Yeah. He just constantly tells his family to fuck off. Pardon my language.
Yeah.
You people are not
Hey,
serious.
dude,
Fuck off.
See, the thing also about it is there's a difference between TV and cable. You know what I mean? Like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Sopranos, The Wire. Not The Wire, I guess, but Sopranos. They're all on cable, right?
Oh, HBO, weren't they? Most of them.
Yeah, like Friends and
I think
House
The Wire
and
was HBO as
Fargo.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are-
Sopranos definitely was.
So you get different kind of shows for me. Like, you get more family stuff on the regular TV, but then you get the hardcore stuff on the, like you're not going to show Breaking Bad on regular TV. Maybe you are now, but back then, probably not.
Tom, have you ever
Yeah.
seen Fleabag?
I've not, mainly because I can't stand the person that wrote it and is in it. What's her name?
It's a lady, isn't it?
Phoebe
Yeah, I've never
Waller-Bridge.
seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waller-Bridge. Yeah, I
Ruined
don't
the
think I
Indiana
could.
Jones movie.
Yeah.
It's unfair to pin it solely on her, but solely blamed. No. So still, that fifth Indiana Jones movie would have been shit, even without her in it. So there you go.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That's
I'm
fun.
amazed.
I
that
didn't even
Friends
bother
is
with the last
15.
Indiana Jones. So
No, you saved
CGI.
yourself some time.
I thought Friends was cancelled.
Why is it canceled now?
Oh, because
It
people
doesn't.
just don't.
It doesn't
some of
hold
the
up very
stuff.
well.
Yeah, it doesn't.
yeah,
Some of the
I
people
just
now
didn't want to
don't
see it
like.
because it would just ruin it all.
Yeah, why haven't
for
they
me.
got like more multicultural people in it and stuff like that? Is that well? It wasn't written like that.
Yeah.
I think we've had it on here before. I'm sure I told Gary about it. But there's a horror movie called The Blackening, and basically they're forced to play this game where if they get a question wrong, one of them dies, sort of thing. And one of the questions in this board game, which the serial killer is making them do, is name all 5 black actors that were in Friends.
Oh, damn.
In 10 years of Friends, they did success.
I know one's
between them.
the
They worked it out.
attorney, one's the marathon runner, and then I'm a little blank after that.
Well, Ross's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aisha Tyler. I mean, admittedly, if I was asked that question, I'd just throw my hands up and go, "Kill me. Let's just save time. Just end it now." Because I don't know.
True.
But
True. I don't know. I don't
yeah.
think we thought it. I don't think we thought of it like that back then, right? Because that's like saying,
no.
well, I'm not gonna watch Happy Days because the only black guy in that was like, the guy in the restaurant or whatever, and it was just
It's
a sign
impressive
of the
though that most of these shows, Gary, are very recent, and Friends is from 1994.
True.
Like that, it has stood the test of time in that way.
That Battlestar Galactica that's the redo, right?
Yeah, it's a remake of it.
Okay.
No Star Trek in this.
No Star Trek. That is crazy. No Star Trek. Come on, everybody liked
None
Kirk.
of them.
Kirk was a man of all. He didn't care, right? Kirk, tell him, Pat. Kirk was a man who had he didn't have a kind. He was giving everybody a chance.
he didn't care if he was white, black, or alien.
There you go. That man said, "I don't care." Yeah, that man was all about the
He's
business.
changing Wi-Fi. It's all right.
Okay.
But yeah, no, you're right. He was
No, those Star Treks were pretty good. I thought those Star Treks were pretty good for like if you like it's hard to it's hard to gauge because like those Star Treks were really good back then, right? I mean that's like saying Dallas was really good back in those days, right? But it's not even on this list,
my
right?
favourite Star Trek was the one with Cisco, or what's his name? I forget the actor's name. But he is basically the bald captain, the black captain.
Picard.
No,
right?
not Patrick Stewart. The guy. after. It was Deep Space Nine, but
Oh.
basically I preferred that. And I'm not a massive Star Trek fan by any means. Like, I'm not going to a Star Trek convention anytime soon. But I like the idea that they had it in one location, because Star Trek is you're on a spaceship and you go to a planet, and every week is a different planet. And I was like, you know what? It might actually be minorly interesting to just actually be in one place and then have the stories come to you. But it was
Oh.
good.
Colonel
so
Ward
we've got
joins the
Colonel
show and has
Ward.
a
Oh,
he
sorry.
has a he has a
Sorry,
you're
Dave.
you,
Sorry, Dave.
no, you've been in charge, yeah. He's like, why is Russ on? Why isn't he on? He's had an open invite since day dot. So
He just
he's
never
just
took it.
yeah. He's always allowed on the show. He just has things to do. Man's busy walking dogs and stuff. So
I mean, we can talk football if you want. I just thought this would be an interesting.
no,
thing
this
to
is
show
pretty
the
cool. This is
daytime
pretty.
people.
No, this is pretty cool. I mean, I don't know that Sherlock, is that Sherlock with what's his name in it?
2010.
Iron Man.
So Benedict Cumberbatch, yeah. Doctor Strange.
Oh, that's a Doctor Strange. Okay, but there was a Sherlock. It was a Sherlock movie that had
Yeah.
what's his name in it? Okay, it was a movie.
Yeah, Robert
Okay.
Downey Jr. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like Cumberbatch. I mean, as an actor, I think that's how you say his name. But
He's a
yeah,
good actor, but I just don't like his face.
oh, you don't like his face.
It's totally irrational. Like, he don't know I exist, and he's not done anything to me, obviously. But he's
Yeah.
just someone that I'm just like, you know what it is? Because there was a small window of time where he was in everything. Like, you know, to me now, that is Pedro Pascal. He just is
Yeah.
in everything. Oh, hang
Very
on,
true. There we go.
Sam
We got
Greenwood
Sam.
just joined us.
Sam, Pat's left us. Pat's did he get caught again?
Yeah, the police came and got him.
Damn it. See what happens when you do shows on this channel? The police are watching and they just catch
That's
you.
it. They got him.
Someone's watching. It's definitely the police.
Sam, welcome to the show. It's been a while since I think I saw your face like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So good to have you on.
You
And
for a while,
just, you know,
Gary.
as soon as you decide to join, guess who joins as well? So Brownie has joined us as well.
Big up Brownie, Colonel Ward.
Yeah. And Russ is in the
Yeah,
house.
good to see him.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
a half
lot
of
good
this list.
shows in this series.
Narcos, I think I want to watch, but it sounds like Mindhunter is something I need to watch.
Mindhunter's very good, but the
Well, you
problem
need to
is
watch
they're
Mindhunter.
not continuing it.
Hmm.
2 seasons, but it's very good.
It's a
Like,
crop they're not
you know
continuing it.
it's yeah. It
Now-
was by the the guy who directed the movie Seven.
Mm-hmm.
He created it.
Oh, okay. Cool. I like
Fincher.
7.
I think his name.
No, is the movie Nobody and Better Call Saul? Is that just the actor? Is the
Same
is
actor.
the same actor, but it's nothing to do with each other, right?
Yeah. Nah.
Okay. All right. I like Nobody. Mr. Nobody, whatever his name, whatever the movie was.
I enjoy Breaking Bad. Like, I'm
Good
not
movie, yeah.
slagging it off. I think The Wire is better.
Was that the one where he was just beating up
Yeah,
everyone?
yeah,
Nobody, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I think I've seen it.
Yeah. No, like I said, I watched The Wire and didn't want to stop watching it. I watched Game of Thrones and didn't want to stop watching it.
Colonel Ward's got a question for
Uh-oh.
the administrators of the show.
Oh boy. There we go. What is up with this? So is Russ
So is
allowed
Russ
on a
allowed
weekend show? I feel like he should be banned. I don't know. Understand what he must not like you. What did you do to him this time? Because I think it's your. You know, it's your
What's
week. It's your. You're on the Colonel list.
He just
Not this
attacks
week.
whoever he feels like it. Not my fault. I'm better looking than him.
Oh, there you go.
They've let him out for the weekend, didn't they?
Most of the time, Jez, it's because I'm actually free. Like the past couple of weekends, my wife's actually not here, so I can sort of dive in. And then I'm going to be on holiday for like the next 2 weeks anyway. So this is the sort of brief window you kind of have.
So there you go. See, yeah, when we
Going-
get Russ, he
going
just
jogging
comes in.
tonight.
Oh, might do. Yeah, down the pub car park.
Yeah. Round the back of the dog and bone.
The wrestling, though.
Yeah, I'll be back for 12. Don't worry.
Around-
I'm not worried. It was just more prepping the audience for why you're going to be like wiping your face down or something.
Be wiping something else down and taking a shot.
Wow, Colonel Ward going all that tonight.
I don't know. You guys know. Oof. Okay.
I haven't been to Camp Sands for a long, long time.
Is that a club? Is that a dirty club?
I'll be honest, I don't know what it is.
Something Colonel
It's
Ward.
a place. Camp Sands.
It's called Camber Sands. It's 2 words.
Yeah, it's a beach, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, beach
Oh,
in
okay.
Sussex, England, apparently. In the village of Camber.
Cool. Yeah, all right. Colonel Ward can't fucking spell.
Yeah. That's fair. It's fair. Yeah, so I was glad there wasn't a stoop last night because the Portugal France match killed me.
Yeah, that was pretty boring. It makes you want like it
Crap.
for me. It just shows you the level of coaching. I think the level of coaching isn't where it needs to be. You've got these talented players, you can't get anything out of them. Something's wrong, not right. You know what I mean? Like everybody's under the
Maybe
same
like
kind of
watching-
constraints, huh?
So it's gonna be like watching
Not watching
full
England.
in-
Yeah, it's not been great, the level of football, really. It's not been the most exciting tournament, put it that way.
I think it's showing there's too much football. It's too much football, like too much now, and the players can't keep up, and the coaching is not as quality, and they play too much. A lot of these guys are tired, I think, and a lot of the coaching is poor. So I don't know.
I say
So
that,
coaching is non-existent in England.
But he's going to change
though.
things
Coaching
up
was
again.
amazing for passing, side to side, backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Who's he going to throw to the Wolves this time?
I think he's going to go.
Harry Kane's 1-on-1 with a goalie, and he pushes it all the way back to Pickford.
Yeah. That's Kane for you. He'll be in midfield.
Is he really going to not win a trophy in the rest of his career?
Oh, saying that, I want to congratulate Archie Gray on retiring from winning trophies at the age of 8.
From winning trophies? Was he winning them before? Or
Retiring
was that...
from winning. He'll be playing. He'll be playing for a long time, but retiring from winning.
Oh, okay. That
I've
is,
got no ill will against him. No ill will in all
that's a
seriousness.
strange move to make. I know.
It was a great move to make for Leeds.
Because of the money? You're all
You got
about
the player
the
in return, didn't you?
We got 40 million and the player we wanted.
money.
We had to give Tottenham 10 million of the 40.
I'll be
but,
back.
All
but
right.
we wanted Joe Rodon anyway, regardless. So
Now,
to
is
be
he...
fair-
Joe Rodon, was he good last season?
very good. Very good. Don't get me wrong, it got a bit ropey near the end of the season, but they were all ropey near the end of the season. So, I can't put it on him. No, he was very good. I think 10 million for a defender of that quality is good. Because he's the sort of player you'd be looking to get in if you did get promoted. So, good luck to him.
Now, defender, is he center back, full back? I don't know.
Yeah, centre back.
Okay. So are you losing a center back?
Well, Liam Cooper hasn't signed a new deal and he's out of contract. So I don't know what's going on there, but
Yeah.
it's hard to tell really though, because all the moves are going to start shaking. Well, we've got 2 months left of the transfer window, but nothing really is going to get done by most people until the Euros is over. So,
well, 10 days from now, that will be when everything's over, or actually 8 days. So,
yeah, well, but Brentford, my favourite part of it was we wasted Brentford's weekend, because Archie Gray got sent down to Brentford to do the medical, which we were like, yeah, Tottenham. We were talking about. Do you know that Archie Gray's gone to Brentford? And Brentford were like, no, don't fucking tell anyone. Get medical. We want to get the deal done. And it was like, no, actually, we're just kind of hoping that knowledge that he's going to Brentford for a medical is going to spur the teams that can actually give us some serious money for him. And it did. It was like, we'll give you 30 million. It's like, yeah, that's nice. That's really nice.
So you're the teams we hate to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you said it's like a bait and switch.
Yeah. I think we played it quite well.
Yeah, and then when it goes against you, you're crying like a little baby. Yeah, I remember you last
year. Gone against me like that.
Well, last season, all these people want to leave me because I'm in the championship. That's you whining. Remember that? You know that whining for the entire summer.
That specific whining.
You whining.
Who were we in for that would then get stolen by a Big Six team?
No, this harsh business that I'm talking about, that's what I mean. The harsh business of the transfer window. You didn't like it last season. Now you're loving it, right? Because you're making money.
Loving being handed 40 million for a teenager that was played at right back, even though he's a midfielder. I think it's great business.
Well, you know what? It shows versatility. So that's for me. Playing a player is better than not playing them, because you're going to play them out of position. He shows that he's versatile. He can play up there. He needs work, right? I mean, that's the plus side of that whole thing. Is he might have been out of position, but the man looked all right. Was he 100% ready to continue to play there?
Fine.
No.
He was fine. He was dog shit in the playoff final, but most of them were. But to be fair, he was a fine player. It obviously worked out well because, like you said, you can not play him and have him on the bench, and then you don't get given 40 million for him. Because, as we've learned, Big Six clubs will pay through the teeth for teenagers.
Yeah. Well, you got to catch them early, right?
Them for the most.
Yeah. Well, look at it. Saliba and Gabriel Martinelli, all youngsters that we brought in young before they were big names, right? And now people are looking at that. Is these? What happened there?
He must be the most expensive British teenager ever. Has to be.
For 40 mil,
at this
huh?
point. Yeah, I mean officially it's 40 mil, but obviously we really gave them 10 for. It's for them.
But it's 40 mil. You know what I mean? It's 40 mil, 2 separate deals. If you wanted to, like you said, it's 40 mil at the end of the day. Because even if you did it as a package deal, it still would come out around that anyways, right? So.
Oh yeah, the profit is 30. Well, it depends on how you.
The bottom line says 30, but in reality, it is a 40 mil deal. You know what I mean? So,
as I was initially going to get to, it just amused me that Brentford tried to rush us so no one else would buy him. But then we just told Tottenham, "Oh, do you want to buy him?" And you can give us.
See, you little whiny, you're making me say this, little whiny bitch, right? Just take the damn money. Nah. Yeah. Guess what? Joey over here said he wants to take me out. What about and that's you. And you'll be crying later on when all your players are leaving you. All right, that's what's gonna happen. At the end of this window, we're gonna listen to Mr. Tom crying. Who we got left? All these guys are leaving because guess what? We're still in the championship.
No, a lot of Leeds fans are really sad that we had to sell Archie Gray because it's like, his family's been with Leeds for 70 years, and it's true. But the fact of the matter is, this is the price of failure. We knew we'd have to sell someone. And when you don't win the playoff final, you get punished. And that is being punished, getting 40 million.
You know what? And the
Proper
18-year-old thing, also, you can overlook the negatives or the things that are missing in his game. Whereas like Somerville, you're like, can I afford to spend the money on him and be okay with the lack of talent or skills set that he brings to the table? Because you know what it is.
I think we are going to sell Somerville, personally. Like, I don't want to get to a situation where it's like, oh, it's 31st of August or whatever the deadline day is, and you sit there like, oh, we've made it this far, and Somerville ain't got. You're like, no, because we thought we had Sinistera, and he was stood outside the training ground telling children he's going to stay with the club, and then 20 minutes later, his lawyer is threatening to sue Leeds for not selling him to Bournemouth. Like, I'm not naive to this shit. Like, unless I wake up at 9 a.m. the morning after, no player is safe at the club from a transfer, especially the good ones, which ain't many. But I would be sad if we sold Ruter, though.
See, Jesse Marsh is crushing it with Canada.
Fucking hell! You're right. I was shocked. I was like, oh, they won. They won again.
You know what? And you know what? Not only that, but they're getting so many calls go against them. If you're watching these games, the goalkeeper runs out, knocks the ball out of the guy who's about to throw it in, and nothing was called. How could nothing happen?
I need to start judging these officials.
Nothing happened in
I
that
was
game.
going to say, were they borrowing Premier League officials?
Must be. Well, the Euros are, aren't they?
Oh God, yeah.
You see that, and you're like, how in the world did nothing, no yellow, nothing? I mean, I don't know. Is that red? I don't know. He's basically killing and attacking, and he's the last line of defense almost, right?
We're so close, guys. We're through the looking glass. He only needs to beat Argentina, and then we can potentially get the real Copa America final that I've always wanted. Jesse Marsh versus Marcelo Bielsa.
Yeah. And if Marsh comes out winning that, guess what, Mr.
He ain't gonna win that. Have you seen it? Have you seen Bielsa's Uruguay team?
They're a team of destiny. Even they're playing against 14 men every time, right? All three officials, none of them on their side. You watch any of their games, you're like, how in the world did they not get called?
Who's watching Canada?
Everybody's watching it because you know what?
Anything.
Is Alphonso Davies playing?
Yeah, he's playing.
He's good. He's really good.
Yeah.
I think Alaba is injured though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not
playing. Canadian. I don't know why I mentioned that.
Yeah.
That's because of Austria. No, I was thinking of Austria.
Yeah.
But
no, Canada is like defying all the odds. I mean, even though they looked the better team yesterday, they could have won. They should have. They had so many opportunities to score, but because they're just not good, you're like, well, damn it, you should at least get a shot off here. Nope. And when they did get a shot off, it was like 4. So they could have won that thing in regulation.
What about Ronaldo yesterday? I shouldn't even be playing.
He's holding them back a bit, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh God.
It's weird because when they didn't play him and you saw how good they were, you're like, well, isn't that like come on, that's like the light bulb moment, isn't it? No?
Martinez is a piss weak manager. Piss weak. It's.
He must be the nicest man on earth because I don't understand. Right, I'm not saying to slag him off. I'm sure that my point is he must be the nicest man on earth because I don't know how he manages to get relegated with Wigan, then become Belgium manager, then become Portugal manager. Like the wealth of talent he has had for someone who's achieved nothing. I know he's got an FA Cup win with Wigan, and that is really impressive. But in the scheme of world football, is that how far international football prestige has fallen? That the
Swansea
actual league managers
try
to avoid and in their countries.
He was Swansea manager, I think.
Yeah.
Was he? Yeah,
I remember he did quite well with them.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
used to play. When he first came to England, he was one of 3 Spanish players that signed for Swansea in Division 4.
So he's a Poch level, right? He's a you can call him Poch. Like they're at the same level.
No, he's far below Pochettino.
Well, I
in
mean, as
terms
far
of-
as failing up, I mean, he continues to
Oh,
fail and continues
yeah.
to stay. I mean, you go from Belgium to Portugal as far as talent goes. You're not, you got some of the best players you're coaching and managing, right? So
he
Belgium
went from
weren't-
Swansea to
wasn't that
Wigan
good.
as manager.
you
then
got
to
Kevin De Bruyne,
Everton.
right? So you're gonna give him that, right?
Oh,
No?
in Scotland, he played for a Scottish team that begins with M.
Morton.
Fuck it. Fucking hell. Cheers, Russ. Cheers, Russ. You've ruined it. You've ruined it. You ruined my life.
Oh. So Sam, what is that out your window?
Is there something out my window?
No, I'm saying, what is that outside your window?
We want to know what your
Just-
view's like out the window.
Just
Yeah.
another building.
Oh, okay.
All it is. Nothing
No
special.
So what are you
Nope.
in, Sam? Are you in a house, an apartment, a flat, or?
Actually, right now, to tell you the absolute truth, I'm in a rehabilitation facility because I was quite ill not very long ago, and had to go to hospital. And after hospital, they put me here until I move into my new flat.
I was supposed to hear that, man. I didn't know anything about that.
No, I was in a bad way when I moved. When I moved back here, I was in a pretty bad way, and yeah, I had some problems with my oxygen saturation in my lungs. I was having a problem with that, and so I was my breathing wasn't that great, and yeah, just needed to go and get it checked out, and they took me into hospital for a while for some treatment, and yeah, it's a lot better now. I'm doing much better now. The treatments work, but because I'm between flats, they put me here until I'm moving into my new flat on the 1st of August.
Okay.
So it's I'm actually in it's nearly like a hospital, really, just for rehabilitation. But it's not like a proper hospital, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you can still go out and do.
I can go out and do what I want and come and
Yeah.
go as I want and all of that. It's just I'm here because I've got the medication and there's some equipment I still need to use for my oxygen and that, and then yeah, so it's just because of that, really. But yeah, no, that's what's been going on, really.
It's good to hear
So,
it's good to hear that you're on the men's, and hopefully things are getting better each day.
yeah, I'm a lot better now, thanks. Yeah, a lot better. I didn't come out and say it because it was just just going through it and everything. Just wanted to get through it all and everything, and yeah, I didn't really bother telling anyone really, apart from a few of my
I know
close.
my
Yeah.
photos and memes got you through it, mate. I know.
Yeah, so I'm doing a lot better, thanks, guys, and yeah, so I'll be should be able to be a lot more available on Saturdays anyway. At least the Monday night one's a bit late for me, but Saturdays I should be able to do unless I'm away doing something.
You're gonna probably need oxygen when the England game comes on.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. It's lucky you got that machine nearby, because I don't know what.
You can get any meds you require, mate.
So he's hitting the emergency, the little plunger.
Morphine,
You're like,
please.
I'm gonna ask for some morphine. I'm gonna say I need morphine, nurse. I need
like why?
morphine.
They're like, why? Like, look at this. Oh yes, stat.
Yeah,
Give me some uppers,
morphine
please.
stat. Just inject it in here.
Yeah, some uppers, please.
Yeah, no, it's oh god, the England game. I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest. We know it's going to be a fucking struggle, but yeah, see what happens, eh?
I mean, they need to have a breakout game, even if you lost 2-3 or something like that. At least you showed up.
Yeah, just go for it. Yeah, go for it.
I mean, if you score 2 goals, I can't see them scoring 3. But
no, I mean, we've got players that are good at attacking. I mean, that's where our forte lies, is attacking, and it's just like we're not attacking properly. It's all disjointed and players out of position, and God, yeah, nah, Southgate's a bit of a tool, isn't he? Really.
I have a question for you all. if Southgate, if we're in the timeline, the 1 in a million timeline where we are actually going to win the European Championships, what job can he get even with that?
We go to Leeds.
He can't have that job.
That sounds like a perfect situation for him, because that would make cause I would love that. Yes, you know what? Because I would love to see your face when that happens. Just for,
You know why it would be a perfect situation for him? Genuinely true. I was saying this on Monday night. Genuinely true. He lives in Leeds. Gareth Southgate is why Leeds win the Premier League, and people were like, "Oh, he must love Calvin Phillips." Like, no, the reason he was watching Leeds in the Premier League more than any other team was because we were closest to his house. Genuinely,
you know what's gonna happen when he gets a sack. He's going to be available, and then the Leeds upper hierarchy, you're going to say, "Oh, Southgate's available. Let's call him and tell Mr. Farker, sorry, Farker, see you later. Southgate's available."
I think he'll be Chelsea manager by Christmas.
So he'll be Chelsea's third manager of the season, because they'll bring someone else in before Southgate. Like, that's proper admitting defeat. But when a club does bring him in, can you imagine when they're like, oh yeah, like, especially if they're in the Championship, like if he goes back to Middlesbrough or something like that, they'll be like, what can we say? We don't know how we got a European Championship winning manager here in the Championship. Get ready for some defensive football.
God.
Do you like side-to-side passing? Passes back to the goalkeeper galore? Come and watch Southgate ball.
He'd do well in Italy, put it that way.
What skit is that? Because we know we have Dr. Leeds, but what would that be if Southgate did make it?
Dr. Southgate coming in to prescribe some boredom.
You can definitely see Gareth Southgate being Sampdoria manager or someone like that.
Yeah. Udinese or something like that. Udinese or...
I think he fell into a time machine and went forward in time. And I think he was actually he would have probably been from the 1950s. So, like, if he was actually of football managing age, he'd been, like, around Serie A in the 80s and 90s, what he should have been. But he actually ended up in 1997, Crystal Palace. But, but like you say, can you imagine if he was around before the back pass rule was initiated in, like, 92 or whenever it was?
Oh, bloody hell, yeah. That was Denmark that brought that rule in. Because of Denmark in the final.
Yeah, because they won it, yeah.
Because all Denmark did, half of the fucking game, was pass the ball back to Schmeichel. That's all they fucking did.
Have you actually seen, there's a match in Italia 90, Egypt versus Republic of Ireland, that finishes 0-0, and I can't remember the exact stat, but basically the ball went back to Pat Bonner so many times that the player with the highest possession of the match was the Ireland goalkeeper. And not because he was making any saves, they just kept giving the ball back to him. He kept picking it up. He'd rolled it back out to Steve Staunton, who would then give it to David O'Leary, who then mysteriously would give it back to Pat Bonner. And that was when FIFA were like, yeah, this is a problem.
And then Denmark in 92 in the final, that's all they fucking did.
Oh.
Pass it back to Schmeichel all the time.
It looks like it's in, folks. Here's the lineup for England. So Pickford on the back. Your three center backs, Walker, Stones, Konza. Then you've got Trippier and Saka out wide. Declan and Manu. And then you've got Bellingham, Kane, and Foden on that front line.
Bloody hell. Kane, Foden, for fuck's sake.
Needs more Bamford.
Bellingham and Kane, who've made 3 passes to each other for the whole tournament.
And he's using Trippier instead of Trent, when Trent's a much better crosser of the ball, passer of the ball, just generally a much better player than Trippier.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Ultimately, it doesn't matter which combination of these players you put out, because every time he's tried to change it to supposedly make it better, it doesn't get better. No matter what combination he puts in, they all still do the same passing side to side and backwards.
Yeah, I mean, it's the system as well, isn't it? It's not just the players; it's the system. It's the way he's got them playing as well. You know, it's obviously that's a big part of it as well.
They should have the accountability to actually midway through a game or something like this, and you know, I know football doesn't really work like this, but players of their caliber and ability should at some point go, you know what, guys, with one of us as the top scorer in the Bundesliga, one of us won the Champions League, why don't we actually try and put that to use and actually go forward?
Yeah. No, it's the play. You would think the players would take a lot more responsibility like that, you know, and just say, fuck it, let's go for it, you know, but
I know football don't really work like that in the context of like no one really down tools on the manager in that way. But at the same time, it's like, guys, do you really want to look back on this in like 20 years and write in your book, I wish I'd gone forward with the ball a bit more?
Yeah.
No, I look at the ratings on this thing, and Saka is the third worst player in terms of ratings on this in this starting alignment. Is he really that bad?
Not really.
Is Declan Rice worse?
Declan Rice is actually the best player in the race.
Saka's had a goal chalked off. He set up a goal that was chalked off. So, in terms of actually creating goal-scoring opportunities, even though neither of them sort of were given, he's still actually doing something in that final third.
Yeah. Like I said, like Foden and Bellingham are up there, and Bellingham's got basically 2 touches that were really good. Otherwise, I think most people will say he's been hiding. Right? Has there been outside? Oh, I don't know if he's talking to us or not, but yeah. Foden, what has he brought? His best contribution is when he was subbed out. All right, we've got Alonzo joins us. Welcome to the show, Alonzo.
You slag.
Brownie says, "Sorry, lads." I don't know what that means. Is that because he hasn't been giving us his wealth of knowledge?
I think he's killed one of us and replaced us with a robot, and I think that person is Russ.
He's apologising for what he's about to do, probably.
Come on, the Swiss, he says. Come on, the Swiss. You Welsh sheep shagging cunt.
There you go. There you go. I mean, like, who scares you on the Swiss side?
Xhaka's doing very well.
Yeah.
Shaqiri's actually scored a goal as well, isn't he?
Vargas is good.
I imagine this Swiss team gets picked a bit like Mr. Burns in The Simpsons going, Smithers, for Xherdan Shaqiri. For him out of the freezer.
I've got a garden gnome out here who can tackle Shaqiri.
Yeah, if he can't keep Shaqiri quiet, then there's an issue.
Yeah, well, he's going to come off. He's coming off the bench if he is playing today. So
it's one of those garden gnomes that Tom had sex with when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Not just a kid. Anyway,
so anybody, I guess we'll be happy if Brownie loses his money. Is that right?
If Brownie's bet on Switzerland, then Switzerland are losing. That is the universal rule. If Brownie bets on a team, you go opposite because Brownie gets 1 in 1,000 bets correct.
Oh, I might as well reveal my betting in the dark. I might as well tell you what I would have picked for this game. I've gone similar to what you've actually said earlier. I've gone England to win 3-2, Embolo to score first, Harry Kane to score 396.12 to 1.
There you go.
Embolo's been all right, to be fair, but he's one of those who gets injured all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want even more serious money, I've gone Netherlands to beat Turkey 4-3.
Oh, wow. Goal. That's just nasty.
It's never going to happen.
First goal. Donnell Malen to score 492.68 to 1.
There's no way you're going to get 7 goals out of that game. No way in hell or heaven.
No chance in hell.
Just going for the big money. But we go with Sunday morning. Uruguay to beat Brazil 4-3, 200 to 1. No goal scorers, 200 to 1. It's Bielsa.
Not
Bielsa
bad.
ball, bro.
That's not bad, actually. I have a feeling that's more plausible.
It is.
Yeah, but
then I'm gonna then predict when Canada get through Argentina because God has decreed that they're going to make the final of the Copa America. Uruguay to beat Canada 46-0.
Yeah, they're going to score from the kickoff. Even though they're kicking it backwards, they're still going to score. It's going to like deflect off somebody and bounce all the way past the goalkeeper or something off the first kick.
Jesse Marsh is a fraud. Bielsa's going to expose it.
Yeah, well, you have the messy laws and rules in place. So if they're playing Argentina, then I don't know.
Is it all rigged? Is it all rigged for Messi? Is it?
If you've seen how Canada's been being refereed, it'll be even worse. I have no doubt about it. Like
so Canada playing Argentina now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
they played
think about what Emmy Martinez gets away with now. Imagine what he'll get away with in that match.
He's a complete mental case. He is.
We sold the wrong keeper.
He's still a good goalkeeper, though.
No,
he's a good goalkeeper. Yeah.
Colonel Ward has lost it.
Jedi mind powers.
The man's lost it.
Who will he be playing for?
So he's made a typo there. What he actually meant to say was Eddie Nketiah will win the Ballon de Tom. My Player of the Year award. I think
playing for who though?
He'll be playing for Chelmsford.
I don't think it matters. He's just a player of sheer quality either way.
He'll be playing for Dorking.
Yeah. Oh, when I went to my family reunion, I met one of my cousins. Remember, I told you his son played for Cheltenham. I think now he plays for Fleetwood. Now he took a new contract with Fleetwood now, so he'll be playing there. I didn't realize it, but he actually is the captain for the Guyanese football team. So,
what's his name?
Elliot Bonds. Yeah.
The funny thing there is when Gary first revealed this to us that he had a relative playing in Football League, it was on the day where Elliot Bonds had just scored an own goal.
Yeah. I told his dad that I was mentioning this on my show, and as soon as I mentioned it, everything bad it could have. I think he got a red card or something like that. It was like
yeah. I might slightly be wrong on the facts, but basically he was mentioned name. I was like, I can't see him on this list now. Look, he got sent off. Or whatever it was.
Yeah, he wasn't having a good day. But he's a defender,
when we were doing that was when Gary was going through the lower league scores just so he can see him say the names.
Yeah, he's not a goal scoring defender, put it that way.
No.
England winning on pens though. I mean that's 15-2. That's not too bad actually.
That's quite a good shout, yeah.
Yeah, but I wonder what Switzerland's win on pens is. I bet it's lower.
18-1.
I don't. If it's pens, but I want goals. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like these 0-0 matches with pens. Come on, somebody put a ball in the net.
Well, Fleetwood are playing today. They've played against Bamber Bridge in a friendly.
Yeah. Did he play? I don't know.
It doesn't say team news, unfortunately. Just,
I wonder if Fleetwood have got a mascot called Mac.
They would probably call him Mick.
No, it's an albatross.
Let me see. I'm gonna look on the Fleetwood Twitter account. We'll see if we can get some team news.
Yeah. Right,
Fleetwood won 2-0.
Yeah.
Right,
name-
name... saying that Bonds is a bit dodgy.
His name comes up on the.
we should start attacking Bonds now
He did
on
play.
Twitter.
Bonds played. Bonds
Okay.
was a starter against Bamber Bridge.
We should just keep going Bonds your shit on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair,
A one-man attack.
every person on this pitch, like as much as we joke about it, would walk onto your average park and be the best player on the pitch.
Probably.
So-
Well, easily. Yeah.
So to be fair to him,
Yeah, he sort of plays at Slough's level. He sort of, if you played for Kidderminster, Farnborough, teams like that. So yeah, he's a conference level player. But nice. Not too
but
bad.
I will tell you what Fleetwood Town supporters are called. Apparently, they're the COD Army.
COD Army.
Yeah, so
Bloody
I don't know
hell.
whether they I don't know whether they love fish or Call of Duty.
Probably Call of Duty.
Where is Fleetwood anyway?
It's up north. It's next to Blackpool.
Oh, so it's by the sea then. So yeah, that's.
Hang on,
makes sense.
I've got to get this.
They're in Football League 2.
Sam's off for more drugs.
I think they've been as high as League 1, if I remember rightly.
Fleetwood Town.
They're one of these teams that, like, when they were non-league, they got multiple promotions, and then sort of you find out very quickly that the standard in League 1 is slightly above the standard. Like, obviously, League 2 and the conference are quite similar, but League 1 is very different.
Did you see that? One of my local teams, Maidenhead, got given £8 million transfer fee.
So,
Wow.
who got 8 million?
Was it
Maidenhead.
Chelsea? Was it Chelsea that gave it to him?
No, it's some player's been transferred. He was at Maidenhead, but they had some ridiculous sell-on clause, and I can't remember who. He's gone to.
It's funny. It's funny. I saw something about Maidenhead. I didn't know it was to probably do with that deal, but
Oh, it's Max Kilman.
Yeah.
Yep, they are going.
So was the Fleetwood owner behind bars?
Max Kilman was sold to Wolverhampton Wanderers from Maidenhead for £40,000.
Yeah.
But they get a 10% sell-on clause for any future sale. So they've accepted an offer of 40 million. So Maidenhead are now going to get £4 million.
Wow.
Which
Wow, that's
obviously
a good story.
for a club of their standard.
is that like their yearly salary, or is that about probably about right?
4 million is probably
more than
a
that.
lot.
Thing is, I Maidenhead because I say it's literally about 5-6 miles away from me. It's literally their ground is absolute dog shit. So hopefully they could literally their like where the people like the chairman, the owners, and all the peoples is like a porter cabin. Literally, that is what it is. That's what it's like, and they're a conference team.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can sort of do something with their stadium with that money.
Good old grassroots football, eh?
Oh, if they're clever, yeah, they'll invest. They'll actually invest it in the club. If they're not clever, they'll go out and buy £4 million worth of players. They won't.
They should put that into the infrastructure, definitely.
Yeah, like build a new stand or something like that, or floodlights and
their stadium.
Bill.
If you look at their stadium on like Google Maps or something, you just look at it and you think, Jesus, it's not really a conference level sort of stadium. It's a toilet, really.
Which is ironic because I've said the same about West Ham and their stadiums over the years. But still, apparently their millions can change Maidenhead United profoundly. Whereas I would have previously gone, I can't really tell the difference between West Ham and Maidenhead, but still.
Look at Luton's ground. Luton ground's a fucking toilet.
They're building a new stadium though with their Premier League money, I believe.
Yeah, they should do.
Yeah, I think
All right,
that's
you look at this number, and it's like 200K a year salary, and it's like, yeah, they're the haves and the have-nots, and
But they're probably part time, aren't they? Probably they're probably not even
Yeah,
full
they're
time.
in
Most of them.
tier 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would
So
have thought they'd still be professional though, being a conference.
Well, I think a lot of clubs
Premier
down
side.
that level are still like only a few of the players are professional and a lot are part time. I think.
Well, so that means
They're
they
the
got it.
club that beat
yeah.
Ipswich. I'm sure they beat Ipswich in the FA Cup this year.
Yeah, there was something like that, wasn't there? One of these small clubs, yeah.
A lot of these clubs obviously rely, their main source of income is generally if you get to the third round of the FA Cup, and then the prize money from that kind of like keeps you afloat. Like,
Yeah, that's what
especially if you get to, like,
Slough
round
have
4.
done that in the past few seasons. They've actually got to like the first round proper of the FA Cup,
Mm.
and that just keeps us going for like the rest of the season.
Yeah. Because you've already gone through like about 4 games already. Or
Yeah,
5
you've already
games to
played
get-
6 or 7 rounds to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I downloaded years ago. This was I downloaded some pack on Football Manager, which it had like every possible tier in the Football League on it, and basically you have to win like 20 seasons in a row to like get to the Premier League. It's something mad like that. But yeah, there's a lot of clubs in it that are in the FA Cup, and the FA Cup probably starts in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, it's got to start soon. Preliminary.
Yeah, no, we talked about this
preliminary
before,
round.
didn't we? The FA Cup's the biggest football tournament cup in the world. You know, you start off with so many teams, and then you, it's they start off with the qualifiers now in like late July, I think, or something like that.
I believe, according to Football Manager, which generally does tend to be accurate, to be fair to it, they have what they call the preliminary rounds. Then you get the qualifying rounds. You have to qualify for the qualifying rounds.
Yeah.
That's when the
The lowest
money
level, yeah.
ramps up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I
The
don't know.
is that right there? The qualifying. Oh man.
Yeah, you look at the actual setup of the FA Cup. It starts like in late July, early August.
Yeah, because if you think that Arsenal don't come into it until like January or whenever,
Yeah.
you've got to play all of those rounds beforehand. And for those non-league teams, and because they also have other trophies, some non-league teams play like 50, 60 games a season.
Yeah. They've got a few smaller trophies as well they go for.
Yeah, they have like local trophies. They have like I think Slough have like 3 trophies to play for, as well as a league. So they have the non-league FA Cup type thing. You have the non-league League Cup type thing, and then you have a county thing as well.
Yeah.
There's 14 rounds in the FA Cup. If you include the semi-final and the final, you go through 12 rounds essentially to get to Wembley. So if you're like the lowest of the low in like the football pyramid, you have to defeat 12 teams to get to the FA Cup semi-final.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking here in October. They had finished their 4th qualifying round, and then they played in the first round in November. So
yeah,
I was going to say, so like Premier League teams don't get into it till like January.
Yeah, it's the 3rd round. They enter in the 3rd round. Yep.
That's why that draw is a big deal. When
but obviously back in the other days you would have had replays as well. But obviously now they've not that one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Declan Rice got a bit tired. So they were like, no, let's totally fuck with the fabric of football just because Arsenal are upset.
The Pizza Inn trophy from Alonso, yes. Something like that. Some stupid sponsor on a lot of those local ones.
It's funny he
Used
says
to be
that. I'm sure,
Papa
I'm sure the
John's.
Football League trophy was Papa John's, yeah.
Yeah, Papa John's, yeah.
It ain't now, though. I definitely know it's not now because they named it something else in the article I was reading.
Brownie is right.
Johnson's paint trophy.
Yeah, it used to be the St. Johnston's paint trophy. Remember that? That was for a while, wasn't it? I was just going to say, Brownie was right when we talk about these local grounds. I mean, they're real bad and rubbish now, but there's a lot of character to them, you know, and a lot of the people that go there are right characters, you know. It's
good to see a local game. You know, it's you get to see a whole different side of
You'll never
football.
guess what it's called now. Sorry, Sam, that was rude of me.
All the
Sorry.
people just who vote Reform Party, basically.
What's it called now?
Right, in 2024-25, it will be known the EFL Trophy, as it is officially known,
Yeah,
is known as the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. So
Bristol Street
Bristol
Motors.
Street
Trophy.
Motors. Bloody hell!
I'm sure they put in a sponsorship bid of £27.50, and they were like, right, yep, we can divide that amongst the 72. Oh, sorry, not
God.
the championship clubs. It says like what?
That's some
Bristol
local
Street.
car dealership in
48
Bristol.
I think
the
they have
Premier
gone
League
further than
youth
Bristol.
teams
I think. I think there are branches of it outside of
Yeah,
Bristol.
I
I'm
hope
pretty
so.
sure. I think it's more national than you would like to think.
Yeah, it just sounds like a local dealership.
Yeah, like Arthur Daly's car lot.
Doesn't it?
They represent 15 of the world's major manufacturers.
Oh wow!
According to their website. According to their website.
Get your Dacia
Well,
Sandero there.
Get your Sanyong.
Unsurprisingly, there's about 5 or 6 of them in Bristol. Oh, hang on. Sorry. They've got more than 100 dealerships across England.
I was going to say, yeah, they're not just a local thing. They are. I'm pretty sure I've driven past one somewhere, and I've never been near Bristol.
Yeah.
They've actually been around for over 100 years. So
Wow. Never even heard of them.
you'll never sing that, will you?
No.
I don't even know what I mean by that. But yeah, so yeah, I can't remember what was the EFL trophy called in 1994, because that's
They'll be
what I
dancing on the
mean.
streets of Bristol Street Motors.
Yeah, Autoglass.
Autoglass, yeah.
The Autoglass trophy.
Wow, that is a name.
In 1995, it became the Auto Windscreen Shield Trophy.
Yipes.
I still
Wow.
remember the Rumbelows League Cup.
I remember when the English clubs got banned from Europe because of Liverpool's poor behaviour in Europe. No, I say poor behaviour. Their fans killed someone.
Liverpool.
Yeah, they're Liverpool, obviously, to be clear. Liverpool pushed a wall over. Anyway, I don't mean trivialise it. It was obviously awful. But obviously, English clubs got banished from Europe, which then basically meant that Coventry won the FA Cup, never qualified for Europe. Wimbledon won the FA Cup, never qualified for Europe. But as long as Liverpool get to be back in it after the 5-year ban is up, that's all that really mattered, wasn't it? But
You don't sound like you have a little problem with that situation at all.
I just think everything seems to revolve around Liverpool for some reason.
You're not wrong.
But
Well, maybe
no,
you'll see the slot error and you'll smile.
Well, in the 5-year period where that almost killed football in England, not true, because of do you know what the FA did to actually combat this? Genuinely true. They created what they called the 4 Members Cup, which was between all the teams in England that would have qualified for Europe in the years that. And it was a tournament that basically got like some of the lowest attendances you'll ever see in football for like elite clubs. Let me find them. I think one game had 130 people turn up for it.
Wow.
So I want to be.
So,
Well,
Mr. Tommy, you must be happy about this then, right?
Everton got hurt.
They were very good at the time.
Don't know if they would have won
Obviously,
the Champions
times
League.
change.
That's the old
But-
European Cup, wasn't it, back then? Yeah.
1 second. They did increase the top. Yeah, the first year they had 21 teams. It was basically like another mid-season tournament because they cancelled it when the English teams were allowed back in Europe, I think.
So tell me, how is it going to work for England? Like Like, who does Declan Rice look forward to passing the ball to?
Should be Bellingham, really, but it's always going to be Manu or back to Stones or Konza.
Manu.
That hopefully. Well,
Manu. Manu.
so the front line will be stuck behind. Will be covered by the defenders, I assume, for Switzerland. Is that right? So there'll be no opening. Is that right? Is that how it's going to look?
To be fair, I think Switzerland, that's their weakness, is their defence. I think they haven't got the best of defences. They're all right, but they're I think that's probably where we could get to them. But
if you stand next to the defender, nobody's going to pass you the ball, right? But you're going to have to move.
No, that's the thing is, Harry Kane's going to be in midfield, isn't he? He's not going to be in the box. So, Foden's going to keep cutting into where Bellingham's supposed to be, and then Bellingham's going to disappear.
Oh boy. Yep. Yeah. Get your coffee in.
Yeah, it's a shame the English clubs didn't get to qualify for Europe back then. There's a few years without the European competitions.
This thing here, like don't get me wrong, hooliganism in football was rife within the 70s and 80s, to the point where the creation of the Premier League was partly in an attempt to save football in England because its reputation was dog shit because of the crowd violence and things like this. But also, saying that, I still don't think it was particularly fair to deny the smaller clubs, such as Everton, Wimbledon, Coventry, their place in Europe. But, is what it is. But Liverpool came out of that 5-year period and just carried on being Liverpool, didn't they? So, City carried on being a City, I suppose. But
you don't sound bitter at all, Tom. You don't sound bitter at all.
Nothing to do with Leeds because, we weren't good enough to be in Europe back then. We were terrible.
You weren't in it till 92.
Nah, exactly.
I think Arsenal were great around that time.
Yeah, the end of the 90s. The end of the 80s when we came alive, wasn't it? 89 and 91, won the league. Won the Coca-Cola Cup in 93, and then we got into the Cup Winners' Cup.
You lost that in the final.
Yeah, it was
Cup Winners' Cup. That was the second one. We won the first one against Parma, but we lost.
Yeah, then we lost against Real
Zaragoza. Against Zaragoza. Naeem from the halfway line.
He used to play for Spurs, yeah.
Yeah, fucking ex-Spurs player. Yeah, wonder strike.
I still remember that Parma game.
Parma game was great.
Yeah,
because Parma had a class team. They had Asprilla, Brolin when he wasn't fat. He was actually quite lean and good. They had a quality team, Parma. They were a real class Italian team. And we just, did the old good George Graham, one goal and that's it. That's all you need, isn't it? Alan Smith on a nice half volley. Lovely.
Lovely stuff.
Lovely jubbly.
We bought Thomas Brolin.
Yeah, it was good.
Brolin was at Leeds for a little while, wasn't he?
If football was more modernised back then, you would have never bought him. Because I don't get why someone at Leeds didn't turn around on phone call to Parma and went, "Hey, what's Thomas Brolin's form like recently?" And they went, "Oh, you don't want to know, mate, because he's been injured for most of the last year because he broke his ankle. He'd be lucky if he ever plays again." We're like, you know what? We'll give you 4.5 million for him. Do you know how much that equates to in 2024 money? Yeah, it's probably about 90 million or something.
Who was it? Howard Wilkinson who signed him?
Yeah.
Remember Sweden in the World Cup '94 with Brolin and Darlene up front? They're a good team.
They're a great team. But he got injured
scored some cracking goals.
the World Cup. Yeah. That Romania Sweden match was amazing. To be fair,
That was Georgia Hadji. What a player!
Haji.
What a player!
Elite in the
I used to
trusting.
have this VHS of all the goals in the '94 World Cup, and you know how on like, when a VHS has been used a lot of times, some people may have known from their teenage years, and you'd get that line basically.
Yeah.
I basically did what the average 14-year-old does to a porn tape, but basically with USA 94 World Cup goals. Great stuff. Great stuff.
That was a great tournament, wasn't it? There were so many good goals and so many good games. Remember Bulgaria were great with Lechkov and there's a few of those other players.
Stoichkov,
Brilliant.
Lechkov, yeah.
They
had a defender as well. I can't remember his name.
I still remember Bulgaria scoring against Germany, and I shit myself out of shock. But that was literally because I had diarrhea. So,
did you ever have a videotape where it snapped and you had to glue it back together?
Or the cassette tapes where you just would have to put, you just I just lost whatever part of that tape. I just lost it.
Yeah,
so,
just lost it. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna have to start from midway in the middle of the tape.
I was 9 years old, so obviously I couldn't watch any of the late night games. I didn't have TV in my room to even do it. But at the same time, I remember any game that kicked off at 4 p.m. in the UK time. Basically, I could watch, and that was Bulgaria Germany. It was the first football match that I watched on TV, 90 minutes. And again, it was mainly because I was ill and I had lain on the sofa and I had nothing else to watch because they'd taken over. There was no children's TV.
No CITV. Tragic.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, but so obviously that changed my life.
Well, you could have watched BBC. In the broom cupboard.
I couldn't reach the remote, Russ. I was 9 and I had the shits.
Now you had to physically get up and turn it on the TV. Press the button for channel 1.
I couldn't move because I thought I'd shit myself if I did. But then when the Germans Bulgaria did score to overturn it, I went, yeah, and I realised, oh shit.
It's down me back.
Oh God, I'm going to regret that later.
The first 94. That was the first summer I was actually in Norway. We'd just moved to Norway in March.
Do they have a summer in Norway?
Yeah, it's actually a lovely summer we have here in Norway. But anyway, I just remember because Norway were in the World Cup, and it was just crazy all that summer. People were out all night with the games, and that it was just crazy. It really went to town with it. I think Norway won one game, didn't they? I think they beat Ireland. I think it was, but I don't think they went through Norway.
They all finished on the same point total, if I remember, and because Norway lost a game by. I can't remember how it worked, but basically they had the worst goal difference of the 4 teams. So they went home. The other 3 went through. Jack Charlton and John Aldridge, I think, got banned from one of the games because they were trying to fight. They tried to fight the 4th official, if I remember rightly, because they wanted to make the sub to bring John Aldridge on, but he wanted to wait or whatever. And Jack Charlton was like, "Do you not know who I am? I'm a World Cup winner. I've won this tournament for fuck's sake."
Yeah.
I've got the most appearances for Leeds United ever. And obviously the 4th official was like, who the fuck are they? And he was like...
No,
anyway,
but I remember Norway just played this really boring tactic. And that was, they used, remember Björneby? He actually played for Liverpool, left back for Liverpool.
Björneby, yeah.
And he played, and he basically, he just launched a long pass to Jostein Flo, as you call him in English, just launched up to him, and he would head the ball down to someone, and that was what they did every time they got the ball. It was just
Route
God, it was boring.
Football was really strange back then, though, because like you say, they had Henning Berg, who I think played for Man United and Blackburn or something, but then their striker, who they took to the World Cup, is like Jan Arge Fjørtoft, and he's like, who's he play for? He's like, he played for the Swindon team that conceded 100 goals in the Premier League, but he's gone to the World Cup, because of course he has. Brilliant.
Who was the other Norwegian forward? not long ago.
John Carew.
That's the one.
Yeah, Valencia knocked us out of the Champions League.
Aston Villa, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah, it was Villa after that. But I remember, you know what, with Carew, I'll tell you something funny. When he was at Villa, he was a bit like, he was at that stage where he didn't really give a fuck anymore. You know, he wasn't really taking it seriously. He was just cruising on his talent, really, on his, you know, his ability. He didn't really work very hard. I remember there was a fucking, it was midweek. And like you would think he'd be like training with Villa or something. And I saw him in Oslo with a few of his mates. They were out drinking. This was midweek during a season. Yeah.
Well,
He just didn't give a fuck.
You imagine, yeah, like these players, like you say, he played for Valencia, which at the time they were like winning the title in Spain.
Yeah.
But
Don't do
Aston
well in
Villa are like,
Champions
do you
League.
want to come here and earn like twice the money you're getting playing for the good team in Spain? And he's like, yeah, why not? How good are you at finding people when they're abroad when they shouldn't be? They're like, we're not very good at it all. But the check will clear, right? Yeah. Okay.
But you know what? As Brownie correctly points out, Norway were actually ranked second by FIFA back then, just around the time of the World Cup. Because before the World Cup, Norway were winning games left, right, and centre. Knocked England out of the qualifying. You know, England didn't qualify. It was Norway beat them in Oslo, and there was a 1-1 draw at Wembley. I remember Rekdal scored an amazing long range goal at Wembley. But yeah, they had a good team. I mean, Norway were a good unit back then, you know. But yeah, they were number 2 in the world just because they got the good results. But I'll tell you a fascinating fact, though. Norway are the only team, I think just about the only team that Brazil haven't managed to beat. Norway beat Brazil just about every time they play. And I was actually I can't remember what year it was. Was it 96, 97? And there was Brazil played a friendly against Norway in Norway. And Norway just thrashed them. It was 4-2. Thrashed them 4-2.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that game.
I was at that game. It was crazy.
I think I saw
on Channel 5 in the UK because they had got the rights to some international friendlies.
Yeah.
In the lead up to France '98, so that's how it was a big deal here. Because you thought, oh, we're getting to watch Brazil, and then it was like, oh, Brazil have just got spanked.
Yeah, Norway spanked them, and then Norway, yeah, I mean, beat them another time as well, 1-0 or something. I can't remember exactly when that was, but yeah, I mean, Norway's always beaten Brazil.
I'm sure they've played, because I saw this as like for a quiz or something, but I think they've played 4 times. They've won twice and drew twice. But they're one of the few teams that Brazil have never beaten.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they're rarely going to play them. So it's probably going to stand for a long time.
Mm.
And even if they did play them now, it'd be a game where Haaland will mysteriously be fit, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you know what?
Most of his international games are like, oh, I don't know if I fancy that one.
It was Scotland. It was Scotland that knocked Norway out of the qualifying game to get to the Euros, and a lot of people here are pissed off about that. You know, they would like to have seen Norway with Haaland and Ødegaard and a few of the other talents we've got. Pardon?
Not more pissed off than I was because I knew we were just in for an absolute shite fest on behalf of Scotland.
Yeah, that would have been nice. I think. See what Norway can do for the World Cup, but you know, we're struggling a bit with the manager as well. You know, we've got a manager who doesn't really get the best out of the team, so we'll see how it goes.
It's funny state of affairs. The same with England.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing because you got Haaland, you got Ødegaard, you've got there's a few other good talents as well. We've got this bloody I forget his name. He's a winger. He's really really good. I forget his name now, but there's quite a few clubs after him. He's really good, really fast, really technical. So, yeah, we should be doing a lot better, really.
Turns out I was right.
Yep. The record's good.
2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And, yeah, you're right. That in 1997, that when Channel 5 in England basically come up, like they was first a thing, they thought they'd latch people onto the new channel by obviously paying for football matches and American sport through the night. apart from on Friday nights when the Channel 5 movie would, everyone knows what I'm talking about, but Russ has got the look of a man that watched old Shannon Tweed on
Oh, I love,
Friday night.
Shannon Tweed, yeah. She was in a film with Hulk Hogan, I think, or something.
She was, and Carl Weathers.
Yeah, that's it.
It was the three of them. That was a trio I never thought would exist in film.
I might have to revisit that film.
Got a sequel as well. But anyway, yeah. So Brazil lost to Norway in a
Spanking.
Yeah.
Do you know who played absolutely world class that day? I think he scored 2 and he had an assist as well. It was Tord Andre Flo. That was basically
Andre Flo, yeah.
He was amazing that day. I mean, he made the Brazilian team look like Muppets. And they played with Roberto Carlos. I remember watching Roberto Carlos. It was pretty good watching him.
Wait a second.
Action Jackson.
Action Jack. Did I see the word Jackson?
Action Jackson.
Crap.
Sorry, everyone. I've just got to go for a minute. I'll see you all soon. I've got to go to the little boy's room. I'm sorry. I'm
Pretty sure Shannon Tweed's married to one of the guys in Kiss, I think.
Gene Simmons.
That's the one.
Oh, Mr. Longtongue.
Yeah, I bet she's very happy about that.
Lonzo, this is why your appearances on my channel
few and far between
are under review.
I miss this hockey corner.
Hey, everybody! I'm Michael Jackson.
No, it's Action Jackson.
We don't want any action from Jackson.
Where's Bubbles?
You're not blowing bubbles, are you?
You're not blowing bubbles, are you? Where's he gone?
Doesn't quite know what to say about that.
He probably saw a kid.
Oh my god!
How do you know when it's bedtime in Michael Jackson's house?
Oh no!
When the big hand touches the little hand.
Terrible. Just terrible.
I must go now. My planet needs me.
You know what? You didn't say it. You didn't say it yet. You can't leave yet. Come on.
On camera.
Come on, motherfucker.
There you go. Now you can leave.
He's not on camera. Where is he? Tom's lost his Funko.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Hey,
Jackson.
guys.
Oh yeah, you missed it again. Every time you see him dip out, I mean, the man shows up.
Coincidence.
But I can't wait a week to tell this one. What's the difference between Michael Jackson and the PlayStation 3?
Oh, I don't know.
Nothing. They're both plastic. They both come in black and white, and they both get turned on by kids.
Oh my god.
You're killing my childhood.
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh. Yeah. So, yeah, you gave Lonzo what he needed. He can go on the rest of his day.
Action Jackson is actually a good film.
Yeah. That had is it Vanity? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Had Vanity in it.
I'll tell you a true story. When I was a kid, I'm talking like 9, 10, 11 years old, just before we moved to Norway. And I was really into horror films because my dad used to just let me pick any film I wanted down the video shop.
That's like my mum and dad, yeah.
They just let me pick. I would always go for the worst horror films and all that. I loved them, and my dad just didn't care because, he was busy doing some work stuff at home or whatever, and I was just watching it and enjoying it. Anyway, but this one day we went into the video store, and I was looking for a new film to watch, and Action Jackson. I think that was a new film at the time, and it was there, and it was 18, just like all the other horror films I'd seen and all that. But anyway, I said to Dad, "Oh, Action Jackson, maybe I want to see that." I remember Dad saying, No, we can't see that. It's too much violence in it. I didn't say anything because I just listened to my dad back there. I was like, all right. I went and got a horror film instead.
He probably got Fright Night or something.
God.
Like, yeah, okay.
I just don't think he wanted to. I just don't think he wanted to see Action Jackson at all. Really. Jesus.
I have a quick fact before I go. Did you know Michael Jackson died of a broken heart when he found out Boyz II Men were a band and not a delivery service?
Yeah.
Jesus.
The joke I told us. Heard about Boyz II
Yeah,
Men.
you're
and
right.
asked
You're
him
right.
to
You have.
deliver.
You have. Anyway, I'll be back with more Michael Jackson jokes next week.
Yay!
Wow. Well, yeah, this will be stricken from the video on the replay. Just because, you know.
Don't do it to yourself, Gary. You don't want to go through all this again.
No. Woof.
Well,
But I do have Janet Jackson jokes.
Oh.
What did you say? Organic?
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson.
I thought you said organic. Like
Janet
what?
Jackson.
What's the difference between Janet Jackson and the England cricket team?
Oh,
England will never get a hold of the Ashes.
Jesus Christ. It's Organic Jackson, the sequel to Action Jackson.
God. Yeah, Organic Jackson. I was just gonna say, we don't ever have to worry about Gary ever making any money from any of this because there's no way any one of these shows is ever getting monetized.
No, especially when he disappears to go to the loo, because every time, basically, that's when it happens.
It's a natural bodily function. I cannot help it. I blame
Yeah.
the Pepsi.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to survive off of the income from YouTube. It doesn't.
The trip will be shut down straight away.
He'd be doing the show by himself. If he wanted to guarantee the money for the show, he'd be like, Tony, I think we're going to need to make a business decision. I think Tony, Sam, Tom, Spencer.
Create a new channel, I think, just for the trip.
We're going to need to go in a different direction, guys. One where basically you're all the way over here and I'm over here making money.
I don't think that would be fun. I enjoy this as much as
this is a laugh.
It's a cringe. We're just hanging out, chatting about whatever, and every so often we have a guest show up. Today we actually had two guests. So, you know, Pat showed up earlier.
Pat Tate earlier. He was out just before he got taken back to prison.
So it's been a while since we saw him. So cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know if I'm going to stay on here or not. Mr. Tom, are you doing anything for the England game?
Oh, no, I'm going to get food. And then hopefully it might liven up a bit by the time I get back.
Staying here. I'm going to get some food.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch it at home.
It is lunchtime here, so I probably should get some food myself and try to watch the game and see. I don't
Ryan's
know.
doing a watch along right now.
He is.
So you can't sit with him.
True. It all depends on what I'm eating. So I need to eat something.
Oh, I should get some
food.
I think I might go and get some chicken wings before the wrestling starts.
Yeah, Brownie, I don't know how. Yeah, Brownie, you're. Yeah, I don't know. I'm talking about. Oh boy. You know what? They probably. Yeah.
That Gary thinks that he's like, no, not
getting.
Why am I going to engage Brownie in a discussion?
No, because he's just going to get even worse. He's going to get even worse with what, you know.
Don't put the coin in the meter there. I'll give you a pro tip.
It's one of those when you start unplugging the machine in the back. I just put the coin in. No.
Shit, I have to unplug it now.
Oh, no, so pro tip.
I was just going to say, I'll give you a pro tip though. If you want to win at betting, just ask Brownie whatever he's bet and go opposite.
So Brownie, you know what? Tell us your bets. Maybe we'll put some in against you. So
yeah. Surefire winner, that is.
See, this is where you go with Brownie, right? So.
Oh my god!
Brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So him and Pat Tate are on, like, they can talk. They would talk.
Talk
they
about
could have a
mischief.
pretty good conversation.
So I think I've asked this before, Sam, but am I right in thinking that it is 5:46 now in Norway?
Correct.
You're out front.
Okay,
Okay.
so
We
6
are
hours
set-
ahead.
we are Central European time. We are 1 hour ahead of the UK.
Okay. Obviously, I might, although I've set up the stream tonight for midnight UK time, I might start a bit earlier because I think I fucked up the times basically, and
Yeah.
I want to get settled in before it starts. But
Time you
obviously,
starting,
you
Tom?
gentlemen are obviously invited. I think it starts at midnight, and I've started the show at midnight, so I'll probably go 5 minutes before so we can all settle in and all that.
Well,
But anyway.
if I'm sufficiently awake, I might join in for that. I haven't taken part in a wrestling thing for a long time.
Always welcome, Sam. I'll send you the link. And
Is there any
Gary,
CM
obviously, is
Spunk?
welcome.
Cheers.
I
Yeah,
think
CM
CM
Spunk is
Spunk
doing.
will show up. Personally, I think he will.
You call him CM Spunk now? Is that what you said?
That's what I call him.
CM Spunk. All right.
When Sam bestows a nickname on them, we tend to just roll with it. Because he ain't going to call them by their actual name, so what's the point? Although there was one time he did call one of them by their actual name, and I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, wait, the information did seep in like a sponge. Okay. But yeah, still.
Yeah.
So,
Brilliant.
All right. So it sounds like we're going to get out of here. Let
Yep.
everybody have their say.
Yeah, we need to have our medicine before we watch that rubbish.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam, what would you say to the people before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for having me on. Nice to see you guys as well. Been a while with you, Gary.
Yep.
Always good to see you, my friend. Yeah, thanks everyone for taking part. All the regulars, the regular misfits. Good to see him again as usual. Thanks for taking part. And yeah, just wish everyone have a great Saturday, great rest of their weekend, and let's see if England aren't an absolute bore fest. Let's hope something actually happens in the game. So yeah, thanks a lot, and yeah, probably be back again next week.
Perfect. Russ, the people want to hear from you. Before you head out on where are you going? Do you know where you're going?
I don't know where I'm going most of the time, mate. Thank you for having me, Gary. It's been great being here with all of you guys. Obviously, it's nice seeing Sam. I'm glad he's on the mend. Really
Cheers.
nice to see him. Nice to see you, Tom. I'll be seeing you a little bit later on the full Nelson. And yeah, so I won't be around for a little while, guys. So, but yeah, it's been great. It's been great fun being here today. So thank you very much.
Cool.
Come on, England.
Yeah, no, as always, it's pretty cool that people sit and watch us talk about nonsense. Because admittedly, it's like you're like walking in on our conversation because we'd still be talking the same nonsense even if you didn't, and you still made the choice to actually stay, knowing basically it was going to get worse increasingly when Greenwood comes in and Pat Tate and the rest of the crew, the Lord crew, and all this, like the Greenwood faction. I don't know if we'll have to think of a better name for your group, like the Green Line or something like that.
The Green Line. It's a bus service.
But no, seriously, it's cool. Thanks, Gary, for providing us with the opportunity to come on and hang out and do the things that we do and sit there and squirm, even though he secretly enjoys the nonsense that we come out with. And he's like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing the thing that I gave them the link to do. Anyway, but no, in all seriousness, and again, if you like stuff and things, midnight tonight, look, Homer's reaching for the briefcase. Is he going to get it? I don't know, because obviously he's not a human, so he won't probably. But still, join us tonight for some super wrestling action. Lots of ladders, Russ.
Lots of ladders.
And yeah, just cool stuff. So thanks, everyone. And thank you, Gary, for doing stuff and things.
Cool. Thanks. It's been good to be back. I miss chatting about football and stuff. I think today we had a record of about 5 minutes straight football talk. So I think Colonel Ward was keeping track. So there
Amazing
you
for the
go.
off season, yeah.
So yeah, we'll be back next week. We'll be talking about. I guess we'll be talking about the finals, right? Yeah, 8 days from now, the finals will coming up. We'll see who's playing for Europe and the Copa America. We'll find out a little bit more about that later. All right, everybody. Thank you again. Thanks for joining us. Hit the share, hit the likes, and all of that, and we'll be back. See you on the next one. And
Life is a journey. Don't waste your trip. Enjoy the ride. There you go.